Hey, ESPN, welcome to Kalamazoo!
Where's Waldo? Well, Kalamazoo, of course, on a chilly Tuesday night. A night where we honor our veterans. A great way to do it, too. Time for Maction, Ohio, and Western Michigan. Welcome to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. First place in the MAC at stake, the defending league champs, the Ohio Bobcats, in Kalamazoo to face the Broncos of Western Michigan. And it's a four-way tie for first in the league. 3 games to go. Miami and Buffalo also in the mix at 4-1. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast booth alongside my partner, former Missouri quarterback Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick, and some folks, some future vets from the Western Michigan ROTC joining us here tonight. Thanks again to all you veterans. Going to be a good game here tonight. So much on the line in the MAC.
We got cold weather Tuesday night action. It does not get any better than this, Clay. Winner takes supremacy in the MAC.
Quarterback play is going to be fun to watch. We have 2 really good ones. Let's start with Parker Navarro of Ohio.
Parker Navarro, extremely smart guy, hardest worker on the team. His superpower, Clay, is creating and extending plays with his legs. He is a really explosive runner, and he's gotten a lot better in the pocket throwing the football, but this is where he's at his best, scrambling in the red zone. He's the definition of a dual threat. And now Brock Lowry of Western Michigan. This dude is clutch. This is a 4th down run at the end of the Central Michigan game. This is a 4th down and goal pass to win the game versus Central Michigan. He's got over 80 yards rushing in 4 straight games. He's a type of quarterback who will run you over. And we got tonight the battle of the running quarterbacks. Look at how many carries, almost 100 carries for each guy, over 500 yards rushing for each guy, 12 total touchdowns. We are excited to see these both guys tonight.
Quarterbacks not afraid of contact, like a young Chase Daniel.
Hey.
Freezing temps. It's a good night for Cocoa and Kalamazoo. And MAC supremacy on the line tonight. It's going to be around freezing at kickoff time. Western Michigan always tough to beat here. 3-1 at home this season. The only loss to North Texas in overtime back in September. Ohio's offensive numbers terrific, but the Broncos have an elite defense. This is going to be a great matchup to watch tonight. And we have 2 young head coaches. Brian Smith, first year at Ohio, his team already bowl eligible. And 3rd-year head coach Lance Taylor. His team can reach bowl eligibility for the 2nd straight year with a win tonight. Ohio's won 3 of the last 4 in the series, including the last 2 here. 67th all-time meeting. Western Michigan with a 1-game lead. And again, winner tonight will be all alone in first place, at least overnight. Buffalo and Miami will play their games tomorrow. Western Michigan won the toss. They deferred, so Parker Navarro and the Ohio offense will have the football first. I mean, it is not a nice night. Low 30s, feels like the upper teens, and the wind chill. We're going to have gusts up to 30 miles per hour throughout the game tonight. You can see there is snow banked up along the sides. Had snow come through here the last couple of days. Hunter Smith, former Florida Gator from Gainesville, Florida. I can't imagine he likes these temperatures, being from Florida. He's going to kick off to C.A. Bangura. The deep man for Ohio had a 97-yard kickoff return in the fourth quarter against Miami last week. His first and only kickoff return of the season. It was explosive. We'll see if Western Michigan gives him a chance to bring it back. And we're underway in the MAC. And this is not returnable. Touchback. And the Bobcats will start at the 25-yard line. The MAC's leader in total offense at 280 yards per game is Navarro, the Tempe, Arizona native. Last year became the first quarterback in Ohio history to pass for 2,000 and rush for 1,000. He's going to go over 2,000 passing yards again this season. Only needs 13 yards tonight.
He's a point guard out there for Ohio. Distributes the football to all of their playmakers, gets them in and out of the right plays at the right time.
We're going to start with 4 wide receivers against this Broncos defense. And they're going to run it with Bangura. There's C.A. Bangura, leading rusher in the MAC. Slippery into the secondary and into plus territory. He starts with a bang to the 49 of Western Michigan. Tate Halleck finally corralled him.
Right down the middle, missed tackles by a couple Western Michigan guys. And you have to wrap this dude up.
And now Navarro trying to throw for the first time. He is good at improvisation. He'll get a couple as Camden brings him down, but this is a running attack. 201 rushing yards, first in the conference. Only ran for 137 last week against Miami. Worst rushing game since week 3 at Ohio State. So you know they want to establish that right away.
They want to get Bangura going early and often, along with Parker Navarro and his legs.
Plunging ahead is Bangura. It's going to bring up 3rd and medium as James Camden gets in for his 2nd straight tackle. The transfer from Murray State having a terrific year for this Broncos defense under coordinator Chris O'Leary.
And this is exactly where Ohio's offense wants to be, 3rd and medium. They like to run a lot of option and choice routes on the inside to star receiver Chase Hendricks. He's down here on the left hash.
Looks like a free play for Ohio. Pass intended for Rodney Harris. Contact in the secondary. No flag there, but there is a flag in the backfield.
Offside. Defense, number 0. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
It's a gift first down for Ohio's Aaron Wofford was offside.
Yeah, just a crucial mistake early in the game. You get them to 3rd and 5, but you're going to see this all night long from this Bobcats offense. They like to go on 2 or 3 claps. They clap it once, they got them to move. They change up the cadence quite a bit. Western Michigan has to be okay with understanding I can't get off the ball as quickly as I want.
And timeout. Bobcats need a timeout. A little confusion there between Navarro and the sideline. The offensive coordinator does not call the plays. The head coach Brian Smith does. And you can see Brian Smith had a couple of steps out in the field and needed the timeout.
Not exactly what you want to do. 13:25 left in the first quarter. It looked like they were in the wrong personnel grouping. Had one too many receivers down here.
Brian Smith was the offensive coordinator at Hawaii, Washington State in the last 3 years here at Ohio. His Bobcats had big moments in all 3 phases last week against Miami to win the Battle of the Bricks. And they know they're going to have to put together a complete game tonight on the road. They have not been good on the road. 1-3 away from Peton Stadium. So after the timeout, first down and 10 from the 39 of Western Michigan. Van Gura, the lone setback. He's going to step to the left hip. And Parker Navarro. Pressure coming. Navarro ducking out of the pocket, still looking downfield, and now he's going to run to the sideline and be spun out by Camden after a 2-yard pickup. Navarro was kept to just 28 yards rushing last week by the Redhawks. He did not have a prototypical rushing game by his standards.
Yeah, he had 532 rushing yards on the season so far, only 4 touchdowns. Had 1,000 yards rushing last year, though, Clay, and 18 touchdowns. Teams this year have done a really good job sort of maintaining their rush lanes, not letting him get outside. Western Michigan is going to have to do that again tonight.
Second down and 9. Play fake. Navarro. Intercepted. Picked off by Tate Halleck. Inside the 35 of Ohio. The 6'4" safety in his 7th year of college football gets the first turnover of the night on the opening series.
Number 1, Joshua Franklin, who's playing nickel, comes off the slot and pressure. Parker Navarro stares down his receiver, then Tate Halleck, who's great in coverage, runs to the football. His 2nd interception of the year, and this is what this Broncos defense, Clay, has been doing all year long, taking the football away. That's their 14th takeaway on defense.
And now Brock Lowry and the Broncos offense going to work. They'll start on the ground. 2-yard pickup for Jalen Buckley, the number 1 running back for Western Michigan. Western had almost 30,000 fans here for the Victory Cannon win over Central Michigan 10 days ago. They were able to hold on to the Michigan MAC trophy for the 3rd straight year. Tougher crowd here tonight on a cold Tuesday night. It's kept some of the fans away. Now Lowry looking to throw for the first time. Pocket quickly collapses and down goes Lowry at the 30-yard line as Naz Lukman, the defensive end, comes in for the stop.
Looks like a little bit of an RPO. They fake the run, then they're trying to throw it outside on the screen. And this is what this team does. They've been really good on 3rd down this year, Clay. This is sort of their secret sauce. They're 2nd in the MAC. 3rd and 1 to 6, 60% conversion rate. You see here 3rd and 7. This is sort of where they've struggled. They have to stay in front of the sticks. They have to stay ahead of the chains for them to be successful.
Lowry's going to keep it himself, and not even close. Up the middle, Jack Freese. 3rd game back from injury for number 27. He's playing well, and now it's 4th down.
We did Ohio's game last week, and Jack Freese was all over the field. And you're probably thinking, hey, 3rd and 7, why are we just running quarterback draw right up the middle? Well, this is sort of this Broncos offense with Brock Lowry at quarterback. They don't like to throw it very often on 3rd down.
So Palmer Domsky is going to come out, the 3-time MAC Special Teams Player of the Week. 8 for 11, a long of 49. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Kick is on the way and right between the eyes. So Western Michigan takes advantage of the turnover to get on the board first. And the Broncos playing for number 99 tonight. The late Lance Taylor.
On the field.
Or Marshawn Nealon. Lance Taylor wearing Nealon's jersey, played 5 seasons at Western Michigan. Dallas drafted him in the 2nd round. He died Thursday. He was 24. Well, after the Tate Halleck interception, Western Michigan goes 4 plays and sets up a Domschke field goal from 46 yards out to take the lead. Win tonight, Western Michigan will be bowl eligible. You see that the fewest points off of turnovers this season include Western Michigan and Ohio in the top in the country. Bobcats just gave up 3. Duncan Brune is back deep this time for Ohio. Standing at the goal line, and this one's going to sail over his head as well. And now Parker Navarro will come out and try to redeem himself after this pick.
This is Parker Navarro's 9th interception of the year. We can go ahead and roll it, and you're going to watch the nickel pressure. It's an RPO type look. He has a guy wide open. He ends up pulling the trigger, but he gets pressure on him, and he stares him down, straight down the barrel. That's Western Michigan's 14th takeaway of the year.
First down from the 25. Bangura back at Ohio after 1 season at Minnesota, had just 4 carries last year for the Gophers, and they are happy to have him back in Athens.
Yeah, he's their workhorse, Clay. We did the game last week in Ohio, had that big kickoff return, as you mentioned. He is their stud. He is their go-to guy. It's an explosive offense, 28 points in 4 of the last 6 games, and he has been the absolute catalyst for that.
He ran for 102 yards and a touchdown against Miami last week. Second down and 3. Navarro fakes the handoff. Gets it out on the wing to Jake Bruno, the tight end. Just his 8th catch of the year. Redshirt senior picks up 9 and a first down.
That's where Parker Navarro's at his best. RPO on the move, reads the defensive end, has Bruno in the flat. You got to keep that up this game. You can't just run inside zone, straight down the middle, between the tackles. You can't just throw it every time. You got to be really multiple.
Not a big crowd, but they're vocal tonight. First down, some pressure, picked up nicely. Boy, that was nearly deflected, but got in the hands of Chase Hendricks. 845 yards receiving, by far most in the MAC. That's his first catch.
Only 40 yards receiving last week, and they got to get this guy going early. A lot of option routes. We talked about it. Joshua Franklin almost picks this one off. Would have liked to see Chase Hendricks take a left right there to the wide side of the field.
Well, Western Michigan has Navarro at least uneasy here to start. He's already thrown a pick, nearly threw another one there. Second and 6. Navarro and chased by Al-Garawi. And to the sideline. That was Dom Dorwart. Josh Franklin there in coverage. It's now 3rd down at 6.
And if you're Western Michigan, this is really where you want to get the Dame Tucker, who's 5th in the FBS in sacks with 9.5. He's the guy, number 11, who needs to get going for them early. He's at the bottom of your screen, one-on-one. He is their disruptive pass rusher.
Here comes the blitz. Navarro tripped up. And it's 4th down, a loss of 4 on the play. As this Western Michigan defense continues to shine.
I want you to watch the running back, C.A. Bangura, right here. Just gets absolutely ran over by number 9, James Camden. They end up bringing 6, stay in their pass rush lanes. Such a nice job by Camden, just running right through Bangura, pressuring Parker Navarro. Smartly just takes a sack.
Now Mangus Haynes comes out, first punt of the night. Try to pick it up at the 28-yard line. Lake Bosma going to be knocked down after that 30-yard punt. Western Michigan with the lead. They get it back next. The audio is terrible right now. The crowd noise is so hot, and then all right. Yep. Yep. Championship last year, first national title for the men's hockey team. Did that last April. Western Michigan out to a 3-0 lead here tonight. 10 plays so far for the Bobcats on a couple of series. A turnover and a punt. A good start for the defending league champs. And now Western Michigan has it at their own 28-yard line. Brock Lowry looking to throw on first down. Heaves it deep down the sideline. Nobody home. Pius Ojugo, the nose tackle, got right up in the face of Brock Lowry. I don't know if that forced him to throw it sooner than he liked, but that pass was off time. You can see Lowry as a starter, 5-1. He is a tough redshirt sophomore, backed up Hayden Wolf last year. Now he's the top rushing quarterback in the MAC.
He's made the most of his opportunity. When you talk to coaches, the number one thing that comes out of their mind and head, winner.
Second and 10. That's Jalen Buckley. He'll get it across the 30. Buckley, a guy who's not fun to tackle. He's a violent runner, and they want to establish him. He's a nice complement to Lowry. Lowry's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting in the run game, but Buckley is their number one running back.
He's a threat to go the distance. Every time he touches the football, can run you over or he can run past you.
Ohio rushes 3. Lowry ducking out of the pocket, directing traffic. throwing and avoiding getting sacked. Lands incomplete. Good coverage downfield for Ohio, and it's going to be 4th down.
Nice job getting pressure up front by number 15, Lukeman, and Jay Crable, number 12, going there, having to get rid of the football a little bit too early. Nice job by this Ohio defense to force it. They're really difficult to throw on, Clay. They really buckled down for Mac. Less than 200 yards passing, given up in 4 of their last 5 games.
Just saw number 22, Jalen Thomason. His first career interception in that win over Miami to seal that victory over the Redhawks last Tuesday night. There's Chase Hendricks, the star receiver in the punt return game. He'll fall across the 35-yard line. 3-0 Western Michigan. Back in a moment. Next Saturday on ABC, an excellent triple header. Notre Dame taking on number 22 Pitt, noon Eastern. Game day is going to be in Pittsburgh to start the day. Number 4 Alabama hosting Oklahoma in the SEC. And we cap the day with number 10 Texas and number 5 Georgia. Pitt has won 5 in a row behind that true freshman quarterback Mason Heinschel. It's now a 4-way tie for first atop the ACC. Heinschel is going to be a topic of conversation on game day this week for sure. Here's Navarro trying to get this Ohio offense going. It's been a slow start for the Bobcats tonight. He is pushed out of bounds up along the sideline by Camden, who has been very active on defense. It's a 14-yard scamper for Navarro.
And this is where he's at his best, using his legs, running the football down the field, true dual threat, like we said in the open. A lot of triple option stuff. Hey, you can give it to Bangura. Hey, we can keep it, or hey, we can throw it to the tight end Bruno, like we did last time.
Duncan Brune in the backfield, sophomore out of Germany. He's going to step up to the next of Navarro as Mason Williams goes in motion. Here is the German. Sophomore from Cologne. He trains with the German national bobsled team in the offseason.
How about that?
He is quite a story. You know, it just goes to show you, if you're good enough, they will find you no matter where you're playing. He was playing in the German league.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, coach has told us he's one of the fastest guys on the team, too. So that bobsled training helps, huh?
His mother, Simone, was a 4-time Olympic swimmer for Germany. Quite a family. Second down and 6. Navarro looking right, looks over the middle, now flushed out to the left. Still looking downfield, flips it, and nearly picked off again. Aaron Wofford almost jumped that route.
That's 3 separate plays, Clay, early in this first quarter that the Broncos defense have gotten their hands on. Really nice job by Parker Navarro, just eluding pressures. Got to be really careful there on the sideline, trying to get it to Chase Hendricks, and another third down. Have yet to convert.
It's Brune on 3rd and 6. He is hit, falls forward, but a couple of yards short of the line to gain. And so now decision time here for Brian Smith. What do you do?
Yeah, that run right there tells me it's 4-down territory, no doubt about it. Get them into a 4th and manageable. And a play they've been running already 3 times today is where you're faking to Bangura, you're throwing to the tight end in the flat, or you're allowing Parker Navarro to run with his legs, moving to his right as you're a right-handed quarterback. Let's see if they come back to it again.
2 tight ends in the game, Mason Williams and Jake Bruno. C.A. Bangura back on the field at running back. 4th and 2. Navarro keeps him. And good flip down the field to Bruno. He's got the first down and a little bit more. The tight end gets 16 on that pass play.
It's exactly what we just said. This is the 4th time in the first quarter that they've ran this. Fake it to Bangura, read the defensive end, Tucker, number 11, and then you're throwing it over James Camden. Just a nice job keeping the play alive, moving the sticks. Big, gutsy 4th down call right there.
Navarro over 2,000 yards passing on the season now. 3.5 to go here, opening quarter. Ohio down 3 on 1st down. It's Bangura. C.A. Bangura, Parker Navarro, Duncan Brune. This is the rushing attack for Ohio. It's 1st in the MAC, a shade over 200 yards per game for the Bobcats.
17th in the country, too, Clay. I mean, they like to get off the bus, running the football. It's who they are at their core. Talking to play caller and head coach Brian Smith, they're doing a good job just running right through the teeth of this Broncos defense.
And it's a good one for the Broncos. And your first-year defensive coordinator, Chris O'Leary. 2nd and 2. Draw play. Navarro on the designed quarterback keeper inside the 10. Still on his feet and gets inside the 5. Where he's angled out by Tate Halleck.
Look at left guard right here, Clay. Davion Henderson, Weatherspoon, excuse me, leading the way. Just a quarterback draw. Nothing special about it. Parker Navarro already up to 29 yards rushing. 5 carries leading the team. And this is where his legs come alive.
Yeah, inside the red zone. 22 red zone touchdowns, most in the MAC. 1st down and goal from the 3. 2 tight ends in the game again. Plowing ahead is Brune, maybe a yard. This Broncos defense has been really good inside the red zone and just really good overall. On pace for its best defensive season at Western Michigan since 2016. That team went to the Cotton Bowl, finished 13-1 under P.J. Fleck.
In MAC games, they've only allowed 3 total touchdowns in the red zone, Clay.
Play clock at 5. Mix up in the backfield. Brune wasn't there. Navarro left naked, spinning toward the end zone, and he turns it into a touchdown. Well, a mix-up turns into 6 as Parker Navarro uses his feet to get it in for Ohio.
Duncan Brune goes left. He's expecting to go straight down the midline with Parker Navarro, and just the improv right here by Parker Navarro, and you saw him getting into Brune's face after, hey, you're supposed to go right. That's a lonely feeling out there as quarterback. I've had that happen before. When your running back goes the wrong way, you're surrounded by defensive guys, and you're still able to improvise enough to get into the end zone, and that is just their 4th touchdown in the red zone given up by this Broncos defense in all of MAC play.
Here's David Dellenbach. Last week was the first week Ohio made every field goal and PAT attempted. The kicking game has not been great this year. The extra point for Dellenbach gets through. And Ohio has the lead for the first time tonight in this battle of 4-1 MAC teams. And no surprise, Parker Navarro gets the first score of the night for Ohio.
We mentioned it down here. The legs of the quarterback come alive. Western Michigan was in 6 defensive linemen, Clay. I thought they were going to throw the football. They ended up running it, and he was able to get around the right defensive lineman for a touchdown. 12 personnel. They were in goal line personnel, and here's his rushing touchdowns in his college career, 26. Hey, that's me. Look at that, 10. I only had 10 all my career. What are we doing?
Did you have the beard when you were playing at Mizzou, too?
The facial hair stuff was pretty bad at Mizzou, I'm not going to lie.
Oh.
I had a goatee, really short, small goatee, not the full beard.
9 plays, 64 yards, 5 minutes, 2 seconds. Navarro with his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. The only MAC loss for Ohio was at Ball State. That was on October 4th. Trying to get their 7th win of the season tonight. Little pop-up. It's going to be fielded at the 17-yard line. And the return to the 31-yard line. A senior night here at Western Michigan. This is a team that is trying to get to a bowl game for the 2nd straight year. Lance Taylor brought in a lot of new players, 53 in all, but pretty good group of seniors that have been here for a while. From the 31, first down at 10 for Brock Lowry. Pass is complete to Balin Brooks. Tough, hard-nosed wide receiver. His first catch, that's a gain of 10 and a first down as Lowry was the MAC Offensive Player of the Week after leading that 4th quarter comeback win over Central Michigan 10 days ago. Lance Taylor was telling you and I this week that, you know, he's at his best when the moments are at their biggest. On first down, he's going to keep it. Out to the 48, Jack Freese on the tackle.
He's been their leading rusher, Clay. And for the last 5 games, rushed for 80 yards in 4 straight games. So it's clear to me and to everyone that watches the film, they want to get this guy going early. He's thrown for only about 150 yards a game the last 4 games. So clearly on the ground, moving the football, playing ball control offense is what they're comfortable doing.
Going to get another play up, maybe. for the end of the first quarter. A flag comes in.
Encroachment on the offense. Line up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's Matt Pakowski, our referee.
Please set the game clock to 4 seconds.
And they're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock. You see Lance Taylor not pleased. Western Michigan has taken 2 penalties tonight already. Coming into the game, they've taken the second fewest penalties in the MAC. And now it is the end of the first quarter. Ohio winning the first 15 minutes on the road. It's 7-3 here in Kalamazoo. Kickoff Week 11, Sunday NFL Countdown at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. Then on Monday, it's Cowboys and Raiders at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. Peyton and Eli on ESPN2. This is going to be the first Cowboys game since the death of Marshawn Nealon. They'll be honoring him too. I don't know that Rufus sunk the Edmund Fitzgerald. I don't think that has been for 50 years since the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Rufus.
This past week. Second down and 10. This is Christian Leary. Couple of years at Alabama, couple of years at Georgia Tech, now wearing Western Michigan colors. That's a gain of 21. Biggest play of the night for this offense.
They needed it. Only 23 yards before this play, and Blake Bosma, the tight end, and Talik Williams are downfield blocking what springs Christian Leary. A nice spark after a penalty, 2nd and 10.
Leary also good for a couple of catches a game. He's been a nice fit for Western Michigan. Talik Williams, a guy they'd like to get involved, went in motion on that play, but it's Lowry on the keeper. Lowry has some weapons on the outside. Leary, Williams. Williams, he caught the game-winning touchdown against Central Michigan 10 days ago, but he's been quiet so far in this first half.
He's their go-to guy without a doubt. Jet sweeps in the slot, option routes. They can put him outside and run by people. He's only 5'9", 177 pounds, but his body control is excellent. He's really savvy in and out of the line of scrimmage, and it's impressive to watch.
Second down and 7. Ball resting at the 35. Going to go to Lolo Mataele, junior college All-American last year, number 3 running back in this offense. That's a gain of just a yard, so this is going to be third and fairly long for Walt Bell. He is in year number 2 as offensive coordinator, the former UMass head coach. He's tailored this offense to Lowry's skills. So it's obviously heavy run. We've talked about that. They run about 72% of the time. Is this a passing situation?
No, 3rd and 5 past the 50. This is a 2-down territory, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be surprised if they run Brock Lowry right here.
Well, they're going to pass, swing it out. Jalen Buckley, he is cut down quickly. Naz Lukman again. The transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff. He's had a good first half so far.
0 third down conversions right now for Western Michigan. All of them have been 3rd and 6 or more. We talked about it early in the first quarter. They want to be in 3rd and 6 or less, excuse me. And 4th down right here. I mean, probably moving the pocket. They rarely just drop straight back and have Brock Lowry throw the football. Sort of in no man's land here at the 35-yard line.
Lowry. He'll spin it. Caught. And stepping out at the 25-yard line is Avion Chenault. His first touch, 9 yards and a first down. Good time for Chenault to make an appearance.
The true freshman. Coaches call him a very special player. Hadn't even scratched the surface. And what a throw by Brock Lowry. Just going through his progression. Getting to his 3rd read all the way outside from the far hash. Throwing a comeback across the field. Just shows that arm strength. A little bit of a wrinkle because on 3rd and 4th down, they usually move the pocket.
Last 5 plays, 34 yards. They only had 23 in the first quarter, so the offense starting to find some chemistry. Lowry, the keeper. He'll pick up 3.5 on that play. Charlie Christopher, another true freshman on the field tonight, rising star in the defense. Makes the tackle. John Hauser's defense did well against a mobile quarterback last week. Daquan Finn had his worst rushing game of the year, just 11 yards on 8 carries. Lowry's an interesting challenge tonight for the Bobcats, D. And here he goes again. Moving the pile, Lowry backing his way to a first down. How about that grit and determination? That's a gain of 10.
He just runs right into the back of Avion Chenault and then pushes the pile. I mean, this is exactly what offensive coordinator Walt Bell told us. He just wants to run through you, Clay. He could have easily gone to the outside, got a couple more yards, but he invites contact. He's better when he gets hit early in the game. Already up to 6 carries and 24 yards.
That's how you were, right?
Yeah.
You like to get hit in the mouth early?
I prefer not to get hit. It does wake you up, though.
Lowry on the draw. He'll get inside the 10. There's Freese with the tackle. 2-yard pickup.
And this is not an explosive play offense, Clay. Like when you're watching them on film, and when they are totally fine getting 3-4 yards on first down, getting 3-4 yards on second down, and then converting at a really high rate on third down. And so it's interesting to see sort of how this offense has changed from early in the year under Walt Bell to what it is now. They've won 5 out of the last 6 games because of it.
Monteale in the backfield. Grabowski, the tight end. And Lowry running behind the tight end. Stood up. Maybe a yard. And third down and about 6. Coming up.
This is the best red zone offense in the MAC. They've scored on 13 of their 17 drives in MAC games. Gotta imagine this is 2-down territory. This is where Brock Lowry comes alive, moving the pocket. Talik Williams, though, number 0. Got to get this guy going as well. Down here in the slot, the bottom of your screen.
Third and 6, pressure off the edge. Lowry got rid of it, incomplete. Jay Crable had him in the grasp. And it'll be 4th down.
This is a touchdown, Clay, unless Jay Crable gets to the quarterback, runs right by their left tackle, hits Brock Lowry. Zach Vaughn just goes right by it, and Avion Chenault is standing wide open in the end zone. A touchdown-saving pressure there by Jay Crable.
He is having a breakout season. 3rd year at Ohio. Domschke already has a field goal tonight. And that one's off the upright. No good. He hit from 46 in the first quarter, misses from 26 here. And it stays 7-3 Ohio on a cold Veterans Day night in the zoo. Freezing cold night in Kalamazoo, and that berm is perfect for sliding tonight.
Peak childhood right there.
And the wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour tonight. At least it's not snowing. You've played in quite a few cold weather games throughout your college and pro career, 14 years in the NFL after your time at Mizzou. What's the key to playing in cold weather?
As long as there's no precipitation, rain or snow, and as long as there's no wind, we're good.
Parker Navarro in Ohio. After the missed field goal, taken over. C.A. Bangura out of the backfield makes the catch. Dominic Moon quickly brings him down after the 6-yard pickup.
So you can sort of see the trend early in the game, Clay, for this Bobcats offense of moving the pocket, right? Moving the launch point, whether it's getting on the outside, whether it's getting Parker Navarro running on the outside. They've done a really nice job. It'll be interesting to see how the Broncos deal with that. Do they bring pressure off the edge? Do they end up just say, hey, by our defensive ends, contain better?
Navarro keeps, gets to the outside, ankle tackle. Held to a 1-yard gain. Nice job by Josh Franklin, the cornerback, to bring Navarro down. It's 3rd down and 3.
Franklin's been everywhere. Nice play by him. See if we can get a 3 and out by this Broncos defense. They've been really good. Really all year, only giving up 12 points per game in the MAC. 6 total touchdowns. Ohio already has one today. They've kept them off guard. This is not a team that likes to pressure a lot. Probably sit back, play a little bit of coverage.
Caleb Gossett goes in motion. Navarro tries to get it to Gossett. It's out of his reach. Incomplete. And Ohio's going to have to punt.
Micah Davis sniffs this one out, coming from the safety position. Once again, moving the pocket. They're finally starting to catch on to it.
First 3 and out for Ohio tonight. This Western Michigan defense, it's a 4-2-5 that Chris O'Leary brought in from the NFL. And Western Michigan has responded nicely to it this season. Angus Haynes with a 39-yard punt. Western Michigan football has won the MAC 3 times, 1966, 1988, and most recently in 2016 under P.J. Fleck. That was the road to boat. Western Michigan Broncos, they defeated Ohio 29-23 in the MAC title game in 2016. Winner of this game tonight goes to 5-1 in league play and has a foothold in the conference title race. Four-way tie at 4-1 coming into the night. Boy, it's been a tough offensive night, Chase Daniel, for both teams. Neither team has converted on third down yet. Broncos going to work. First down, Lowry looking to throw and then runs ahead, gets across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. Nice 9-yard pickup on first down. And this team always good at home, 6-1 in the last 7 games. You know, defense has been key. You talked about it, Chase. Keeping opponents under 20 points per game at home.
This is a tough place to play when it gets rocking, and there was a pretty decent amount of students right here cheering for their home team.
Lowry spurting out, option pitch. Jalen Buckley. That's another first down. Back-to-back first downs. That Ohio defense missing weak side linebacker Michael Molnar, their leading tackler, out with an injury for the second straight game. Lowry to throw, pressure. Throws on the run, and that one is complete. Caught by Cade Conley, senior tight end. First catch in 3 games. And another first down as the Broncos are starting to string things together.
Escaping the pressure. Everything's covered down the field. Little scramble drill there. Cade Conley, I mean, they run 4 deep at tight end, Clay. They play all 4 of these guys. All 4 of them were good receivers. All 4 of them were good blockers as well. They get them involved early in the pass game. And sort of in this first half, I don't know if I've seen, in the tape I've watched, Brock Lowry drop back as many times as I've seen him today.
Jet sweep. Leary. And brought down by Jalen Thomason. That's going to be a loss of 2. Thomason, he has really been playing well, and look at him hunt down Leary here.
The biggest thing is not letting him get even more outside. They came back to this play. It was a 20-yard run earlier in the game to Leary, the exact same thing, and Thomason right here said, not so fast, my friend. Got to settle in, 2nd and long.
Brock Lowry tonight, just 7 pass attempts, 4 of 7, 29 yards through the air. They're going to run it though on 2nd and 12, and it's Devin Miles getting involved here in the offense. Veteran junior college transfer. That's his first touch. He'll pick up 6.
Trying to get into more of a 3rd and manageable. You see there, 3rd downs, 0 for 4 tonight. 3rd and 1 to 6. We said it earlier, about 60% conversion rate. That rate drops drastically when you get in 3rd and 7 for this team, and they've done this all game long. Getting empty, let the quarterback see it, find the matchup and take it.
Lowry, quick release. Maybe on Chenault, another catch. Not enough for the first down, so 4th down and a yard coming up.
4-down territory. Nice easy stop route to the short side of the field. Brings up 4th and 1, which is everyone pack in as tight as you possibly can, and we're going to run Brock Lowry right down the middle of the hash that it's on. 1 for 1 tonight already.
Brock Lowry became the starter week 4 over Brady Jones. And you called it, Chase. Bumps into the back of that line, and it's going to be close. Depends on the spot. I don't think so. Pius Ojugo, Nehemiah Dukes combine, and it is going to be a turnover on downs. Ohio, big stop on their side of the field.
Ojugo just right there, exactly where they were. They were ready for it. Only a 4-man box, which means there's only 4 guys in the entire area. They spread them out to empty, and they end up bringing them in, and a huge stop for the Ohio Bobcats.
The ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Ram Trucks. You could not pay me enough on a night like this.
Why? It's the new TikTok sensation. It's taken over the country. That's impressive, though. It's like they knew they were going to be on TV.
There's Western Michigan defensive end Nadeem Tucker. He's going to start on the sideline for this Ohio series. Bobcats have it at their own 34. They take over on downs. It has been a defensive slugfest. 3 minutes and change to go here in the first half. Parker Navarro flips it out to Mason Williams, the sophomore tight end. Good catch and run. He'll get 11 and a first down.
It's the same play, Clay. We've seen 5 separate times. They're having a lot of success getting Parker Navarro out on the edge.
Fewest points allowed in MAC games this season. You can see Western Michigan under 13 points per game. Ohio 20 points per game. It's been a good defensive season for both staffs. Play fake. Navarro has a ton of time. Unloads and looking for Hendricks off his right hand. Incomplete. Dylan Moore was shadowing him. The linebacker getting out in pass coverage.
Such a headsy play by Dylan Moore. He sniffed it out. They're trying to bring Chase Hendricks across the field, and you have a linebacker running with one of the best top 5 receivers in the country. Dylan Moore is 6'2", 223, and Parker Navarro's like, ah, man, I thought we got you on that one.
Hendricks has been targeted 4 times, just the 1 reception for 4 yards. The leading pass catcher in the MAC, and it's not even close. But he has been neutralized tonight. Bangura stays on his feet. Great run by C.A. Bangura. It's going to be close to a first down. And that's going to be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. Winner stays in first place in the MAC. Ohio driving late in the half, leading 7-3.
The college football playoff begins December 19th and concludes with the national championship January 19th on ESPN.
All right, Subin, thanks very much. See, you become a franchise.
I guess so.
Cut to the chase. We'll have that at halftime. There's C.A. Bangura. Will they give it to him on this 3rd down and inches? No one has converted on 3rd down tonight. Now, this is not good for Ohio.
False start. Offense. Number 55. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
That's the tackle, Jordan Jones.
That is a huge penalty. Right tackle, right side of your screen, moves just enough, falls out of his stance. You go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. Coming out of the 2-minute timeout, not the way you want it to start.
Navarro. Incomplete. Dom Dorwart, the intended receiver, Josh Franklin all over him. And it's 4th down, and Ohio probably would have been able to convert that 3rd and inches, but a 3rd and 6 is a whole different animal.
Finally getting to Parker Navarro, making him scramble, and you got to imagine they're throwing it right there, right, Clay? Like you said, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 1, the whole playbook's open, and you're coming out of a long 2-minute timeout. You see Coach right there, Smith, talking to him, just fell out of his stance. That completely changes everything about these last 2 minutes.
Punt for Haynes. Blake Bosma is going to let it bounce. And it could have rolled even deeper, but it's going to be dead at the 12-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt. So now Brock Lowry and Western Michigan get it back. The Broncos have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, and they are going to have the football to start the second half. A chance to double dip, chance to perhaps take the lead before halftime and then tack on right away in the 3rd quarter.
It's a good learning moment for Brock Lowry, right? Are you at your best when your best is needed in big time moments? The coaching staff said this is exactly where Brock Lowry shines. Got to go about, 88 yards against this stingy Ohio defense. Just get that first completion, get the drive started.
Monte Ele is the running back. They throw on 1st down. It is caught at the 15-yard line and then quickly wrapped up is Bosma, the tight end. His first catch, 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. Clock running. Western Michigan has all of its timeouts. Lowry dumping it off short, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Monte Ele. And now a 3rd down.
Everything's covered to the left, gets back to his running back right there, and at some point, Clay, we got to push the football down the field. 3rd and 6 right here. 1:19 left. You got all 3 of your timeouts. Biggest thing for Ohio defense right here, do not let Brock Lowry escape the pocket and scramble. When they've been in empty, they've dropped a lot into coverage, and that's allowed Brock Lowry to use his legs.
He has been their running game. Flushed out to the right and throws it incomplete. Jack Freese with the pressure. 4th down.
Keeping contained by Jack Freese. Huge play right there, and 3 and out. 20 seconds went off the clock, Clay. 25 seconds went off the clock, and they're going to end up punting it back. Ohio's going to have good field position. Chase Hendricks is back. In this return game, special receiver. Ohio with 2 timeouts.
It's not often anymore you see the star players out on special teams. Chase Hendricks is one of the examples. You got a star out there in punt return. Brian Smith wants his best athletes out on the field. Hendricks is a weapon. He could return it all the way to the house. He's going to let it drop, and it checks up. Takes a little Ohio roll back close to the midfield stripe. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go, and a couple of timeouts for the Bobcats. UFC 322 Saturday, Madison Square Garden. 2 elite title fights. The welterweight belt and the women's flyweight belt on the line. Prelims begin at 8 Eastern. Main card 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on pay-per-view. Buy it at espnplus.com/PPV. Boy, this is the time for Nadeem Tucker to finally make a name for himself in this game. The star has been quiet.
This is where he comes alive. 2 minute, you know it's a passing situation. They have 2 timeouts left. You can ruin a drive real quick unless you're helping with a tight end or a running back. He's at the top of your screen.
Here comes the blitz. Navarro escapes. Tosses it downfield, incomplete. Rodney Harris had it and left it behind. He had the game-winning touchdown catch a week ago tonight, but this one he's going to be thinking about later.
Turns into a scramble drill. A little bit of holding right there by Javarius Sims. And I have no clue how Parker Navarro got out of that sack from Nadeem Tucker, because Nadeem Tucker was coming off the edge like something else.
Harris coming off the 2 best games of his career. Wishes he had that one back. Pressure off the backside. Navarro Running toward the sideline, spins, stays on his feet to about the 47 of Western Michigan. Dalton Gustweiler got him down, and a timeout called by Ohio. One remaining for the Bobcats with 42 seconds to go. And remember now, Chase,
second
the
charge
kicking
timeout.
game
Ohio.
for Ohio has been an odyssey all season. Brian Smith will tell you he really doesn't trust it. They would probably have to get to the 20-yard line to feel good about the chances for David Dellenbach or maybe Brack Peacock. It's just been a magical mystery tour for the kicking game.
You're exactly right. And that's why this 3rd down and 6 is so important. Moving the chains, make sure you're not giving the ball back to Western Michigan. Completely changes how you call plays, right? Clock stops, pass first down marker. You still have one timeout left. You don't want to lose it. You know, you got the wind at your back a little bit, but Clay, you said it, and that's exactly what play caller and head coach Brian Smith's thinking right now is, hey, we got to get at least 20 more yards to be in field goal range.
Neither team tonight has been able to convert on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 6. Need the 41-yard line of Western. Navarro going deep down the middle of the field. Underthrown and tipped incomplete. He wanted Hendricks. Joey Pope, Josh Franklin there, and Franklin got a hand on him.
You got to give it to defensive coordinator Chris O'Leary. They are double teaming Chase Hendricks. They know they like to take shots at the end of the half, and Joshua Franklin has been all over the place. One of their best corners. Navarro taking a shot. Western Michigan's going to get it back.
Man, these defenses have been really salty tonight. As Bosma goes back to the 5-yard line to return this Haynes kick. And over-end kick. Bosma calls for the fair catch. 28 seconds to go. Western Michigan has all 3 timeouts. Yeah, how adventurous do you expect Lance Taylor to be here and his offensive coordinator, of course, Walt Bell?
Yeah, I'd imagine you try to pop a run right here up the middle. If you get past the 1st down, then you might get into your 2-minute offense. But I can't imagine, based on their offensive scheme and how they've been going this game, that they're just going to drop back and throw the football. Got to imagine they're going to run it, be okay with getting the ball to start the 2nd half. Long way to go right here.
Just 109 yards of total offense in the half for Western Michigan. It has been a slog. And they're looking at a long field with not a lot of time. Jalen Buckley, very conservative play. Moves the pile to the 15-yard line. No sense of urgency whatsoever here for Western Michigan.
I think it's a smart move. The way you're moving the football, only 116 total yards. I mean, Clay, we got 0 for 11 on 3rd down conversions from both teams tonight.
That body language kind of says it all there for Lance Taylor. Let's get to the locker room. Let's settle down. Let's talk about this and come out in the 2nd half. They will be down 4 when the 2nd half resumes. And Western Michigan will start with the football. Ohio 7, Western Michigan 3. 1 half in the books. Now let's send it to the studio. Zubin Mehenti and Trevor Madish. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. On this Veterans Day night, we're in Kalamazoo for some action. Ohio 7, Western Michigan 3 as we get ready to start the third quarter. Let's see what's at stake in the MAC. These two teams tied at 4-1 atop the league. Miami and Buffalo will be in action tomorrow night. He's Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Welcome back to the zoo. We kind of knew what to expect from the Western Michigan defense, but I think Ohio's defense surprised you in that first half.
They've really stepped up. Not only, forcing Brock Lowry to throw the football away at times, but at other times getting pressure on Brock Lowry. They've been really stout in the run game. You see here just a lot of different pressures, a lot of tackles for losses. Held Western Michigan to only 116 yards, Clay, in the first half. And here's that big fourth down where they went for it on 4th and 1. You see them just going, and it's been an impressive start for Ohio Bobcats. Really both defenses, but more so Ohio.
The only Western Michigan points coming after that Parker Navarro interception pass resulted in a Palmer Domschke 46-yard field goal. Navarro redeeming himself with a 5-yard rushing touchdown. A couple of series later. Teams combined 0 for 11 on third down in that first half. We'll see if that can change as we start the second half.
2 for 3 on 4th down, though.
Grounder. Mataele on the return and gets it across the 30-yard line. Brock Lowry, 6 for 11 passing, just 38 yards through the air, but that's more than the rushing yards for Lowry, who is the top rushing quarterback in the conference. He's pretty much held in check by the Bobcats.
Yeah, this is a really important drive. I know it's the start of the third quarter, but down 7-3 right here. Show me what you went in. Show me some in-game adjustments that you were able to make at halftime. Got to run the football right through the middle of this Ohio defense. That's where they're the softest.
There's Devin Miles to get the first carry of the second half. Guy that they like to get in space, but he goes over tackle. That time gets 9.
Yeah, he's extremely fast, hard to tackle, makes people miss, and nice quick 9-yard gain. We've said it before. They got in trouble in the second quarter with this Broncos offense. They got to stay in front of the chains. They got to stay in second and manageable. You see it right here, 2nd and 1, 3rd and manageable, and get that first third down conversion.
This team's getting a break from the cold during halftime. Now Lowry's going to sprint for the first down. And he is swung to the 50-yard line by Tank Pearson, cornerback. 9-yard run for Lowry.
2 plays, 18 yards, 2 runs. The 50-yard line, starting like a nice drive. They really haven't gotten Talik Williams involved, their #1 receiver in the slot. I want to see them get him the football, whether it's on these bubble screens or somewhere in the middle of the field.
Slide up in the slot, although Mataele is the lone setback. And Mataele will get it, and he'll get into plus territory. Pius Ajugo, the nose tackle, making the stop. Christopher there as well. We were talking about the Ohio defense here at the half. Brian Smith says there are no superstars on this defense. It's a physical group. They have really bought in to what defensive coordinator John Hauser is preaching.
Yeah, they play simple and they play fast. They don't do a lot of things coverage-wise, so they can know exactly what's happening.
Lowry throwing on the run. Caught. That's going to be a first down. Balin Brooks, the transfer from San Diego State. One of the biggest pass plays of the night for Lowry.
Moving the pocket where he feels the most comfortable at. Going to his right. They've had the most success in their pass game. Outside of the pocket, that's where he throws his best. Nice little drive going right here.
Gainer 16 yards. indeed the longest pass play of the night for Western Michigan. They go back to the ground game. Jalen Buckley just carving him up the middle. Boy, this is the best this offense has looked in successive plays. That's a rip of 13 yards.
Absolutely, right down the middle. Ohio's defense has done a nice job setting edges all night, so they went in, they said, hey, instead of running these jet sweeps, instead of running these outside run plays, let's go right down the middle. Ohio's defense runs a 4-man front, so there's no one covering the center. There's a lot of space through that center and left guard and right guard area, and they're taking advantage of it early.
Fifth run play of the drive, and it's Jalen Buckley. And still on his feet inside the 15. Gain of 7 for Buckley. We've seen him do that a couple of times. When it looks like he has stopped, he just doesn't stop his legs.
Yeah, it's really hard to break down. Did you see Brock Lowry, after he handed the football off, go up behind him and push the pile for next? Does that not tell you everything you need to know about this young man? I think it's impressive.
He has become a leader. Wasn't the starter at the beginning of the year. That was Brady Jones, the junior from California. He has taken his team over. And look at Buckley. Down to the yard line, 1 yard line. First down and goal to go.
This is Western Michigan Broncos offense. This is the style of play. Run it right through you, right down the middle of the field. Inside zone, meaning you're running in between the tackles. And this is exactly where they get Brock Lowry the football 4 straight times, right up the middle.
You could see Lance Taylor before half. He was ready to give the speech of his life at halftime. And I think the message was sent and well received.
Absolutely.
First down and goal to go. Lowry. He'll keep it and dive in for the touchdown. What a drive. What a statement coming out of the locker room. Brock Lowry, his 9th rushing touchdown of the year, and Western Michigan goes back in front.
You got to imagine when Lance Taylor gave that speech, hey boys, let's just go straight down the football field. Let's do exactly what we want to do, and that's run the football. Brock Lowry, when we get in the red zone, you're going to have your 9th rushing touchdown of the year. A nice answer from this Broncos team.
Domsky with the extra point. 8 plays, 69 yards at 4:45. They ran it 7 times in that series, and boy, did they do it effectively. That's pretty cool. Honoring the veterans here tonight. Western Michigan Marching Band. Say thanks to all you veterans watching tonight. As Western Michigan has regained the lead. First points for the Broncos since their opening series. Brock Lowry. That was an impressive drive that he only threw once on. 8-play drive. They ran it 7 times, and he caps it with a plunge from inside the 5.
That's called an answer right there after the first half that he had.
Winner of this game will be 5-1 in the MAC, and all alone in first place for the time being. As Duncan Brune stopped short of the 20 on that return. So a long field here for Parker Navarro. And the Ohio Bobcats, their first series here the second half, and their worst starting field position. You see Navarro's numbers. He did throw that early interception, which led to those 3 points in the first series for Western Michigan. He does have the rushing touchdown. It's Mason Williams in motion. They'll go to Bangura. And a short gain as this Western Michigan defense has been getting good play from Camden tonight and a few other guys. But we've said it before, Nadine Tucker has been pretty quiet. Now, that's not because he hasn't been trying.
Yeah.
I think Ohio has run away from him, trying to avoid it. And now he slips away. This is Navarro into the secondary, run out near the 40-yard line. Tucker had his hands on Navarro, but Parker got away.
Yeah, as soon as you talk about him, the name Tucker right there, just can't quite get to him. And I'll tell you what, Parker Navarro has looked the part tonight, specifically running the football.
Longest run tonight for Navarro. Gain of 20. As Ohio's trying to respond after the Western Michigan touchdown. Navarro looks right. Now he's going to run. Not far. Kershawn Fisher shoots in to make the stop.
Really impressed with this Ohio offensive run game. They came in first in the MAC, 200 yards rushing. We're looking to see if he fumbled this or not. Looks like he's on the ground, but been really impressed with them, especially against this Western Michigan defense that is only averaging giving up 110 rushing yards a game. Ohio already at 122 rushing yards.
Bangura on 2nd and 10. Another strong run from C.A. Bangura. This team came into the night over 1,300 yards after contact, second most in the FBS. It is hard to bring the Bobcats runners down on first tackle.
Especially Bangura, and that's 4 tacklers right there, and they get to a 3rd and 1. I have a feeling, Clay, 3rd and 1, we're gonna have our first 3rd down conversion. It's gonna be Bangura right up the gut.
You're calling him.
As long as there's no penalties.
Let's see if you prove a prophet. It's not coming easy.
We got it. We got it. We got it, baby.
I think he did.
We got it.
Finally. With 7:25 to go in the 3rd quarter, we get our first 3rd down conversion of the night for either team.
Brian Smith just relying on that run. 22nd carry of the night, 133 rushing yards. And we talked about how good this Broncos defense was at the run. It's just the mentality up front by this offensive line for Ohio. I mean, they're explosive.
And the show line, they knew they're going to be really tested tonight. Brian Smith called Western Michigan's defensive front the best in the MAC. Hard to argue that. Play clock expired. I don't think they got it off. Nope. Penalty play.
Delay of game. Offense. Number 13. 5-yard penalty. Remains first and out.
See right here, clapping.
How come they blame the quarterback on that? They said number 13. Isn't it the center?
Yeah.
If he snaps it,
hey, at the end of the day, it's always the quarterback's fault, right? Way too much credit when things go right and way too much blame when things go wrong.
14 years in the NFL, Mr. Chase Daniel defending those quarterbacks. 1st and 15. Navarro keeps it behind the block of the tight end, Mason Williams. Not a lot of real estate. And this Western Michigan defense starting to bow up. Now, this is an important series here, especially after the Broncos went down, made a statement on the first possession after halftime. Now, if they can get off the field here without Ohio responding, that'd be something.
Yeah, never like to have a penalty on 1st down to put you behind the sticks. Now you're just working to get into a 3rd and manageable here. And Chase Hendricks, 4 targets, only 1 catch.
Bangura wrapped up, got back to the original line of scrimmage. That's it. So it'll be 3rd down and long.
Broncos defense is starting to sell out for the run. They said, we've had enough. We heard you guys talking about us. They're starting to bring pressure. And I think that's the biggest thing is when you just rush 4, the best way to neutralize a really good defensive line is to run. A lot of brown jerseys going to the football right there. And a big-time 3rd down for a defense who's had 14 takeaways on the year. Already intercepted Parker Navarro once today. You've seen Dame Tucker at the top of your screen standing up. Let's see if he can get home finally.
1 sack tonight for this Western Michigan defense. Here comes the pressure. Navarro slips away, and then he's cut down short of the 40-yard line. 4th down. We'll see what Ryan Smith decides to do as Micah Davis made a beautiful tackle to stop him short of the line to gain.
Dame Tucker on the right side of your screen just runs right past. Parker Navarro has to tuck it and run, and I'm going for it all day long. 4th and 3. They got 2 tight ends in the game, Mason Williams and Jake Bruno. This 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. Got to imagine they're going to run this little RPO that they've run all night. Had a lot of success.
Had a 4th down conversion in the first half. Navarro in trouble. What a Houdini act. 1st down, Bobcats. Parker Navarro was touched twice in the backfield and escaped for a 10-yard gain.
He gets away from the best pass rusher in the MAC. And you're right. Just a magician back there on 4th and 3, and they've run this play, Clay, 6 separate times tonight. Fake it to the running back, get a tight end outside. It's a run-pass option, and they've had a lot of success for it. Parker Navarro already up to 75 yards rushing.
Play number 10 of this drive, which started at the Ohio 17, 31-yard line. C.A. Bangura right into the teeth of that Broncos front. He'll get 4.
This is the Broncos front that does not do a lot of pressuring, meaning we don't pressure linebackers from 2nd level. They just sort of sit back there. Defensive coordinator Chris O'Leary comes from the NFL. He was a safeties coach from the Chargers. That's exactly what the Chargers do. But if you get run on as much as they have tonight, they've given up 155 yards rushing. You at some point have to blitz 2nd level linebackers to get into the backfield.
Second down. Draw play. Lowry. 1st down. Parker Navarro, 7-yard run. Spoke there. Navarro, that's kind of in a nutshell what he does best. So elusive.
And every single play as you get closer to this red zone, this Western Michigan defense just continues to get closer to the ball. You got to imagine at some point they're going to take a shot one-on-one outside to one of their star receivers, Chase Hendricks or Rodney Harris.
Here comes the rush. Navarro down the seam, almost intercepted by Tate Halleck. Halleck had the interception on the opening series for Ohio tonight. Almost had another one as that was underthrown.
And they get man-to-man coverage. Watch Tate Hallett come off of the number 3 receiver in the middle of the field, off of Chase Hendricks, and goes and makes a play, because this is a touchdown. What a heads-up play. You're in man-to-man. You're reading the quarterback. Outstanding play.
Navarro has missed his last 5 passes. Good fake. Bangura to the 10. That's going to be close to a first down.
Running with some strength and power, and Dame Tucker, he goes on the inside, allows him to get outside, and you better come with more than that, young fella, if you're going to bring down 6 foot, 216-pound C.A. Bangura.
3rd down and short. It is C.A. Bangura, and he's got it. His 12th carry tonight. He has 86 yards on the ground. Does not have a touchdown tonight, but his 10 rushing touchdowns, most in the conference. And this certainly is the part of the field where you can see Bangura adding to that total.
Absolutely. And how about the play calling right now by Brian Smith, just saying, hey, we are bigger, faster, and stronger than you. We're going to run the football as many times as we can and kill your will.
Ohio beating Western Michigan at its own game. That's time of possession. Broncos lead the conference in that category. Bangura again. Trying to get his body to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
This run game's really set the tone all night long. These big offensive linemen, they love it. It's cold. It's football weather here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Welcome to the zoo, as they call it. Well, we're knocking on the doorstep right here. We're trying to get in the cage. That cage is a touchdown right now.
This will be the 16th play of the series. Each team has had the ball just once here in the second half. Play clock to 2. They get it off. Navarro keeps it, knifes his way toward the goal line. He's stopped at the 3. Mustafi Al-Garawi, James Camden make the stop. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go when we start the 4th quarter. Western Michigan leading at home.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
On this chilly Tuesday night in the MAC.
think.
ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Ram Trucks. We go to the fourth quarter. Tight one in the MAC. Winner will be in first place at 5-1 in league play. Miami hosts Toledo tomorrow night on ESPN2. Buffalo, a tough one at Central Michigan tomorrow as well. Central Michigan, Toledo, Ball State, all 3-2 in league play. And here we go. Third down. 17th play of the drive, a drive that has lasted more than 10 minutes for Ohio. C.A. Bangura to the right of Parker Navarro. Tight end in motion. The running back gets it. Touchdown, Bobcats. Bangura, who has been piling up rushing touchdowns since the season opener, gets his 11th of the year. Most in the conference, and just like that, Ohio's back in front.
Left guard Davion Weatherspoon clearing the way, and the push this entire series by this offensive line. 17 plays, you said it, Clay, but 16 of those were runs. Talk about a statement drive from this Ohio Bobcats offense.
Yeah, they only had one pass play, and it was an incompletion. Dellenbach, no good. We talked about the Ohio kicking game.
That is huge.
It has been an Achilles heel. This might have been a bad snap, but Bangura does give Ohio the lead, but it's just 5 seconds into the fourth. We'll see if this is a costly missed PAT by David Dellenbach. We thought the snap might have been off, but, you know, looking at it again, Chase, I don't know that it was that bad from Nick Hemmer.
Snap was fine. Hold was fine. Just a missed kick. 1 for 2 on PATs tonight, and you have that long drive, 18 plays, 17 of them runs. You get the momentum back, and then you miss the kick.
They've had one game all year where they have made every PAT in the field goal, and that was last week against Miami.
Just one.
Just one game. Just one game all year where they haven't been missing kicks. And
wow.
It's been a real problem since the season opener. There are very few areas of Ohio's game that you can poke holes in. That aspect of special teams is one of them.
Yeah, and it drastically changes how you call the football game when you get inside the 40-yard line, knowing you got to get at least to the 25 or 20-yard line to have a chance at a field goal.
Western Michigan had an 8-play touchdown drive the last time they had it. We'll see what they do when we come back.
Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
Clay Matvick, Chase Daniel back here in 29-degree Kalamazoo, picking apart special teams. There's Palmer Domschke. Western Michigan missing a 26-yard field goal attempt just moments ago. David Dellenbach for Ohio missing an extra point. I mean, I wouldn't want to be out there kicking on a night like this.
No, I mean, the cold weather drastically affects how you do it, but those are both short kicks. Got to make those.
13-10 Ohio. As the Broncos offense goes back to work. Brock Lowry, the quarterback. He's a guy that became the starter week 4 over Brady Jones. Jones started the first 3 weeks, and he led a 14-point second-half comeback to beat Toledo. That was really the turning point in the season for the Broncos. They would have been 4-0, having lost to the preseason favorite Rockets, but that kind of changed everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where you score 14 points to win the game, and you win 5 of the last 6.
Here's Taylor Williams, still on his feet. There he goes, has blockers in front. Cuts it back. What a run down to the 3-yard line. DJ Walker, a touchdown-saving tackle. Where has he been all night? 71 yards for Williams.
Finally, just a little flat route, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. What are we doing? We got a tackle right there. Going quickly, trying to catch him off guard here.
Touchdown. A walk-in for Jalen Buckley. How about that answer?
2 plays, 75 yards, and just poor tackling on that run by Talik Williams. Wow.
Ohio takes the air out of the ball for over 10 minutes. I mean, they just slowed this game right down, and a methodical march down the field for their score. Western Michigan does it with lightning efficiency. 3 plays, 75 yards in a minute and 12 seconds. Big extra point, and Domsky, no mistake. 17-13 Broncos.
Talik Williams, no one's bringing him down. Cuts back. I mean, he broke 8 tackles right there, and you see Brock Lowry coming into your screen, chasing him down. Getting down there to help out the young man. There he is. How about that? The quarterback. And then you punch it in.
Friday night, ESPN2, college basketball. It's a doubleheader. Number 6, Michigan taking on TCU at 9 Eastern. Then number 19 Gonzaga. Bobby Hurley's Arizona State Sun Devils. Hope you'll tune in for that. Clay Matvick, Chase Daniel, back here in Kalamazoo. Now 17-13, Western Michigan back on top. Tayleek Williams, his first catch of the night, a big one. 71 yards, longest pass play of the season for Western Michigan. Williams, the transfer from Georgia State, has been a big impact player. Top receiver for the Broncos, as this one's returned out to the 33 for Ohio's Duncan Brune. Let's go back to that play. He should have been tackled several times.
Absolutely. Tayleek Williams on the left side of your screen, standing right next to Brock Lowry, and you said it, 71-yard pass. You throw it behind the line of scrimmage for 5 yards, and there's 5 guys in white jerseys right there. And as they continue to roll, we're going to pause it again. They're all 11 white jerseys are on the opposite side of the numbers. And then just a nice job getting down there, and then they hit pay dirt the next play.
Ohio starts with Duncan Brune. Short pickup. Over to the left hash. Josh Franklin makes the stop. So each team has scored here in the second half. One possession for Ohio, resulting in a touchdown. 2 possessions for Western Michigan, resulting in 2 touchdowns. So we'll see how Ohio responds now. Remember, the last touchdown they scored after that long drive, missed extra point. So it's a 4-point lead for the Broncos. Chase Hendricks. It's going to be a first down for Hendricks. You know, last week, Miami held him to 3 catches for 40 yards. It's been a quiet night again for Hendricks, who has 6 100-yard receiving games this year.
Yeah, he's a top 5 receiver in the country in terms of yards per game receiving. Number 2, actually, in the country, and to hold him to that, it's pretty impressive. They've been double teaming him all night. Got to find ways to get him open.
That was his second catch of the night. Just 13 yards receiving for Hendricks. Brune again. Not a lot of operating room for the German. 3 yards. Gustweiler and Saipa-Ia making the stop. Saipa-Ia, the leading tackler for the Broncos, transfer from Division II national champion Ferris State. In fact, won 2 national championships with the Bulldogs. This is a patient offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to cut it back. Bangura slipped a little bit at the Ohio 49. Al-Garawi on the stop. 3rd down.
Big time 3rd down. Patient offense, as you were saying. They like these 3rd and manageables, and we've said it and we'll continue to say it. Where's Chase Hendricks at? Rodney Harris had that drop early. Both of them are at the top of your screen. Imagine they're going to get one of these guys loose. It looks like man coverage.
Play fake. Navarro ducks away from one wave and can't the second wave. Dalton Gustweiler gets home. And Tyson Lee there as well.
Right down the middle. He escaped one, but couldn't escape another, and this Western Michigan team is coming alive. They've run 11 plays on offense, have 2 total touchdowns already. That speech from Lance Taylor must have really worked, because they finally get a stop here.
It wasn't a sack for the Broncos, but effectively it was. Haynes trying to pin Western Michigan deep, and he does. Be back at their own 11-yard line as Bosma calls for the fair catch. Western Michigan with a 4-point lead here in the 4th.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by RAM, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Ohio won the MAC last year. First title since 1968. Finally got that elusive championship after going 0-5 in MAC title games. That blowout 38-3 win over Miami. And we haven't had a consecutive MAC champion since Northern Illinois in 2011 and 2012. So it's been a while. Can Ohio do it? They're down in this game right now.
That missed extra point.
17-13, and that missed extra point looms large.
Oh my gosh.
From the 12-yard line. On first down, Lowry hands off. Jalen Buckley quietly putting together a decent night here. That's an 8-yard run, his 11th carry. He's got 68 yards on the ground for Western Michigan.
The Broncos up over 140 yards rushing for the night. Still have 10 minutes left. This is who they want to be. They want to run the football first, second down, throw the football a little bit on third down, and just continue to hold on to the football.
Under 10 to go, 2nd and 2. Lowry sprinting out. Can he pick up the first down? Second effort, he got it. And that's what Lowry does so well. Just when you think you have him stood up, he's able to get that little extra push for the first down. This is him tonight, just asserting his will on the ground and through the air.
He's been as advertised. 125 yards passing, 50 yards rushing. The dual threat quarterback who coaches describe as a winner, even back in his high school days, just willing his team on this cold night in Kalamazoo.
Jalen Buckley in the backfield. It's Lowry again. Their decent run. So Lowry has had at least 150 rushing yards and 50 passing yards in all 5 MAC games. Last MAC player with that kind of streak, Northern Illinois' Jordan Lynch, when he had 15 straight between 2012 and 13. That goes back to that Northern Illinois team we were talking about and had back-to-back MAC championships.
15 straight is something else.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Mataele. It's going to be close to a first down for the Broncos. Yeah, he got it.
Right up the middle. Ohio has 10 people in the box, and they can still run it right down the middle of the defense. Only 12 first downs tonight. They've had a lot of big plays. They came into the game 127th in the country in big plays. They have 8 tonight over 10 yards. Explosive.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Draw play. Lowry just gashing that defense right down the middle. You know, that's just not Lowry's game. He's going to send 5 receivers out there, but there's no way he's throwing it. This is what he does best.
Yeah, it's exactly right, and it's a box count, right? How many people are in the box? Are there 5 or 6 guys in the box? Then I'm going to run it. If they load the box up with 7 guys, I'm going to throw it to Talik Williams like we saw last play. This is the offense that we saw and thought coming into the game in film study, and finally they're getting into a little bit of a rhythm here in the second half.
Third drive of the half for Western Michigan. This one is going well out to midfield. Jalen Buckley, a gain of 4. Touchdown drives of 8 plays and 3 plays here in the half for the Broncos. And now, you know, if they can get down and score on this one, it could effectively put the game away and launch Western Michigan to 5-1 and all alone, at least for tonight, in first place in the MAC. Miami and Buffalo will both play games tomorrow night.
If you're Ohio's defense, the worst you can do is give up a field goal. Just keep this to a 1-score game. I agree with you. If it gets to a 2-score game, it's probably over.
Big, strong run for Jalen Buckley to the 40-yard line. Buckley went over 2,000 yards And 21 touchdowns the last 3 seasons. Numbers down this year. He's battled some injuries, but boy, is he battling tonight.
Yeah, and I think talking to coaches, it's a little bit of the offensive line play. They played 4 different combinations up front. Finally, this offensive line starting to hit gear here in early November in Buckley. I mean, this is somebody who they really like. Got a lot of really good speed. Can get to the outside, but also just sticks his nose in there as well.
Running game has really come alive since halftime for the Broncos. Lowry keeps it. Dives inside the 35-yard line. 7-yard gain on first down for Brock Lowry. As this Ohio defense, which we talked about at halftime, Chase, has played really well, but right now they look a little fatigued.
It's got to be so demoralizing. I've seen them run 3 different defenses on back-to-back plays to try and stop the run, and every single time they're finding a way to get through, and here it is, an empty, right? It's a box count. How many guys you got in the box? It's 4. Wouldn't be surprised if he runs it or flips it out here on the screen if they're pressuring.
Here comes the pressure. Lowry runs right through it. First down, Broncos. Another 8 yards on the ground for the sophomore quarterback.
I don't know how you stop it. There's no linebackers in the middle of the box. The safety's coming down, but a nice block by Christian Leary to get it, and they're getting 8, 9, 10 yards a pop running the football. Up well over 100 yards rushing here in the second half on just 3 drives, too.
Lowry may get to that 150 yards rushing plateau yet before the night is over and keep that streak alive. This is Buckley, can't step out of the ankle tackle. That came from Thomason.
These next 2 plays, Clay, are the most important plays for this Ohio defense all night. They've done a really nice job in the first half, but have struggled here. They have to hold them to a field goal. Clock is ticking, under 4 minutes left. Somehow, some way, try to get a stop, whether it's pressure off the edge, whether it's a cover 0 look where there's no safeties. Once again, this empty look.
Christian Leary, touched in the backfield, gets to the 20. Pick up a 5. As Austin Mitchell knocks him out of bounds.
A big third down right here. 3rd and manageable. We talked about it. 3rd and 1 to 6. This is the best team in the MAC. Over 60% conversion. You see it's 3rd and 5 right there. And now you got to start worrying about the clock if you're Ohio. If they get this first down, you got to imagine we got to take a timeout, try to reset, let our guys rest a little bit. Western Michigan in no hurry to score.
Just a methodical drive started at the Western Michigan 12. Play number 12. Lowry to the flat. Caught by Mataele. And he'll pick his way for a couple of yards after the catch. Adonis Williams gets him down. He stays in bounds to keep that clock moving. We'll see if we get a timeout call. And we did. Ohio has called a timeout. They're first. 2:42 to go. 4th down and 4 coming up for Western Michigan out of this Ohio timeout. That's a smart timeout because you still have 2 timeouts remaining plus the 2-minute timeout. Just 54 seconds away. Now remember, this is the end zone Palmer Domschke missed from 26 yards away. He's going to set up on the right hash. Out of the hold of Brian Milmore. This kick on the way. And no good! He hooked it. And it stays a 4-point game. Ohio will get it back.
Wow. 2 missed kicks on this end, both pushed wide left. I like the decision to kick it here. You got to trust your kicker. If you make it, you go up 7. But the defense holds. That was their 3rd drive of this half. Defense has given up 2 touchdowns and a nice hold there. Gives Parker Navarro time.
Domschke has been so good this year. 3 times the conference special teams player of the week, but he has missed 2 key field goals here tonight. And now what can Parker Navarro do? He'll hand off, and Bangura churning ahead for a 4-yard pickup. And again, Ohio has 2 timeouts remaining, plus the 2-minute timeout coming up in 34 seconds. Parker Navarro, last week, let it come back late as Miami had a lead late through a touchdown pass to Rodney Harris to get that big win in the Battle of the Bricks.
As far as MAC quarterbacks go, I don't know if you want anyone else leading this drive.
Navarro, draw play. Trying to get to the edge. Penalty flag down. Stiff arm at the 29, and he is forced to the sideline by Halleck. This might be a hold. We have not had a lot of penalties tonight. And it is a holding call on Ohio.
Holding. Offense, number 16. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 2nd down.
3rd penalty against the Bobcats, but this one's a backbreaker.
Yeah, this is a big one. Before the 2-minute timeout, right guard is going to come around. And this play is meant to go inside. Anytime you go outside, offensive linemen tend to hold just a little bit. You don't expect the ball to go outside.
Well, he was holding the Dame Tucker, so you can't blame Trent Allen there.
Don't blame him.
Best defensive player in the MAC. After the penalty, 2nd and 16. Navarro heated up, launches it downfield, and it's overthrown. And of course, the guy he wanted was Rodney Harris, the big play threat. It'll be 3rd and 16 after the 2-minute timeout. Does Ohio have magic for the 2nd straight week? We'll find out. Triple header on ABC this Saturday. Notre Dame, Pitt, Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas, Georgia. It's going to be good. And we have a good finish here in Kalamazoo. Parker Navarro, 6 of 16, just 55 yards passing tonight. They need his arm now ahead of this 3rd and 16 from the 14-yard line of Ohio with 1:54 to go. Out of the 2-minute timeout, Navarro hammered down. And it's Nadeem Tucker finally getting home. His first sack tonight. It's a loss of 4 and it's 4th down.
We were looking at him one-on-one. Pass rush just relentless. The non-stop motor. He's got 10.5 sacks now. Top 4 in the FBS, and just a game-changing play, a game wrecker. We've been talking about him all night. Clay finally shows up in the biggest part of the game.
He barely played at Houston, transfers to Western Michigan, and now he's projected as a possible first-rounder.
He reminds me just a little bit of Khalil Mack. I played with Khalil for 3 years. His get-off, his burst, the frame in college, he can grow into at the next level. But this dude right here, he is absolutely next level. And you got to watch him here again, too. Are they going to help him out with a tight end? Are they going to help him out with a running back? He's
This
at the
is the
top
ball
of your
game.
screen.
4th down and 20. Timeout. Western Michigan spending a timeout here with 1:44 to go. They have
First
2 remaining.
timeout. Western Michigan. It's a 30-second timeout.
So 4 teams entering play here tonight. At 4 and 1, you see the schedules remaining for those 4. And I would say that Western Michigan has, despite having to go on the road for the final 2 games, maybe the easiest schedule at Northern Illinois and at Eastern Michigan. Those 2 are combined 3 and 8 in MAC play, but you know it's going to be an interesting final few weeks here in the MAC.
This will be a huge win tonight for the Broncos. Going on the road the next 2 weeks, senior night. Everyone excited, on their feet.
Can they close it out? Parker Navarro needs to get the Bobcats to the 30-yard line to keep the drive alive. Navarro launching down the seam, incomplete. Broncos will take over.
Outstanding call by defensive coordinator Chris O'Leary. They're playing man across the board. They have 2 safeties deep, and they're only rushing 9. You can see James Camden spying the quarterback, and the ball flies high. What a play.
Chris O'Leary was Jim Harbaugh's safeties coach at the LA Chargers last year. Comes in as defensive coordinator. And Kalamazoo, that's quite a contrast from Southern California. Moves his family here, wanted to be a DC, and this group has rallied around his new 4-2-5 scheme. They've played so well tonight.
They've only given up 7 total touchdowns in 6 MAC games.
Victory formation for the Broncos. How about Lance Taylor? 4 and 8 in year 1, 6 wins in a bowl appearance last year. And with a win tonight, they will be bowl eligible for a 2nd straight season. Brock Lowry. At times it wasn't pretty for this offense, but those 2 touchdown drives to start the half, especially that opening drive when they came out and just shoved it down the Bobcats' throat, changed the feel of this game tonight.
Yeah, the first 2 drives, and just a credit to the halftime speech, and you know, credit to Coach Taylor on this tough week. The death of Marshawn Nealon just getting their crew ready to go. I mean, it was emotional. We talked to him a lot about it and just everything that Marshawn meant to him. And he was in tears, and saw him in the jersey today, and just got to imagine everything that's going through his head right now. Just really excited for this program, really excited to get a win tonight.
Ohio's going to use its final timeout. So not quite over yet. Brian Smith, was hoping that his team could get back up after that rivalry victory in the Battle of the Bricks game against Miami last week. And it's so tough to go on the road after a big emotional win like that. We talked about it several times here tonight. This is a tough place to come in and win.
Absolutely. I mean, Ohio was in control for most of the night. They started off really well offensively, and the Broncos defense down the stretch, led by Chris O'Leary, just made more plays. It's a scrappy Ohio team. Got to give them credit for coming in here on a cold night in Kalamazoo. And it's going to be interesting, Clay, to sort of see what they do on 4th and goal right here, because you want to run as much time off the clock as you can. You don't want to give Ohio the ball back with too much time.
Well, they won't be taking a knee. And now Western Michigan wants to talk about their strategy here.
And a lot of times when we practice these situations, Clay, we tell the quarterback to go back in the back foot, run around as much as possible, buy as much time as you can to try and get the clock to run out as much as possible and throw it out. See what they do.
Well, special teams on a cold Tuesday night in the MAC. No surprise, a factor tonight. Even though Domschke missed a couple of field goals, may not ultimately end up being a factor in this game, but that extra point missed by Dellenbach really changed the momentum.
Yeah.
After that long touchdown drive for Ohio.
I think that was the play of the game, or the lack thereof play of the game. You have all this energy and emotion from scoring. They're obviously not going to try a field goal right here, get a block, and a lot of things could happen. So we'll see what they do here on 4th and goal to try and waste as much time as you possibly can.
Now Lowry's going to sprint. He's going to run. And he almost got to the end zone. Dropped 2 yards short. And Ohio cannot stop the clock. Change of possession, so the clock stops, but Ohio will not have any timeouts.
Yeah. You practice these plays. 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line, 19 seconds, and it's the hook and lateral it all around. Try to get as much yards as you can. We've been in a few of those situations and never quite works out. I would try to get some breathing room here. Throw it to the wide side of the field to one of these receivers, step out of bounds, and then run your end of game play.
From the end zone, Navarro. Prevent defense for Western Michigan, so that allows Navarro to get out close to the 25, and he'll go out of bounds with 8 seconds to go. As the clock stops.
This will be a little interesting. You don't want to give up too much ground if you're Western Michigan, because they can steal an easy 10 yards up top. Number 11, Rodney Harris, just running a little out route, getting closer. Not sure how strong Parker Navarro's arm is. If you get to at least the 40, maybe you try a Hail Mary.
Saw Chris O'Leary sending everybody back. And quickly out of bounds is Harris. That's Harris's first catch tonight. He was the hero last week, but first time he has made a reception tonight. He did have a drop earlier. 3 seconds to go, and now a Hail Mary is all Ohio has left.
Yeah, depending on what he has in his arm tank right here, I wonder if you're going to try to block it up, or if you're going to try to throw a curl route and pitch it around.
So Western Michigan will use its last timeout.
Third charge timeout.
Mentioned it before how stressful of a week it has been at times for Western Michigan. You know, you're in a championship race in this conference, and then the death of Marshawn Nealon. But his team on a tough night. You know, the weather not perfect. Great opponent comes in, and now 3 seconds away from getting its 6th win and 5th in league play. Four defensive backs inside the 10-yard line. And out of bounds, that's going to do it. 17-13 the win for Western Michigan. Bowl eligible for the 2nd straight year. And in first place in the MAC at 5-1. Miami will host Toledo tomorrow night right here on ESPN2. Buffalo will be in Mount Pleasant to take on Central Michigan tomorrow night as well. Central Michigan, Toledo, Ball State, all still in the hunt at 3-2 here in the MAC. So this one's going to come down to the wire. MACtion, always interesting in November. Tonight, no exception here in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, Lance Taylor told us, hey, in November we're playing meaningful games. This was a huge game for the inside track for the MAC championship, and they break the 4-way tie, and what a win. What a win. Senior night. Big time.
That was cold. The fans that stuck around, they saw a home team victory. We hope you enjoyed it. For Chase Daniel and our entire crew on Play, Matt Fick saying so long from Kalamazoo. 17-13 Western Michigan over Ohio. We now send you to SportsCenter. So long.